Thank you for tuning into this video. I'm going to try and do this take a little bit faster than the last one on the topic of Canadian government. And this is the intro. Before we even get to part one, why did I add an intro? The reason why I added this intro is because once upon a time, a student asked me a particular question. Mr. Vic, why do I have to learn about Canadian government in current events? I'm not an old person. I don't have gray hair. This is boring for me. I'm just a young teenager. So, the intro. Why pay attention? Why is the topic of government interesting? It's such a fascinating topic. It's so important. It's about power. It's about choice. It's about change. It affects your life. You can influence your community. You can consider the desire you have for fairness. The government influences your rights, and the government influences your pocketbook, your bank account. The Union about Canadian Government also ties into the BC curriculum. Big ideas are the development of political institutions is influenced by economic and social, ideological, and geographic factors, and the other big idea, worldviews lead to different perspectives and different ideas about developments in Canadian societies. So, we have a guest speaker coming to discuss this topic in 5. Sorry I'm late, I'm the guest speaker. I'm Mr. Vic's friend, Mr. T Dawg. Don't tell anyone, that's short for Tony. Alright, here we go. What is the issue at hand today? What are we talking about? Oh yes, good government, responsible government. Why do we need a good government? Why should I care about the topic of government? How important is government to you? According to British philosophers Thomas Hobbes and John Locke, they had some ideas about why government is important. We need the government to prevent people from killing each other. Because the natural state of life is solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. We need government to protect our natural rights, which are life, liberty, and property. Pursuit of happiness? Take a moment. What would life be like without good government? What do you see in this picture? Do you see a person with a weapon? Do you see a person with a weapon on top of a vehicle? Do you see another person with a weapon? What the heck is this? The world of Mad Max is solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. How would you define anarchy? Anarchy, from Oxford English Dictionary, a state of disorder due to the absence or non-recognition of authority or other controlling systems. The absence of government and absolute freedom of the individual regarded as a political ideal. Would you like to live in the world of Mad Max? Review about John Locke. John Locke wrote that society needs government to protect individuals' life, liberty, and property. Do you agree or disagree? If you were going to edit the words life, liberty, and property, what words would you insert or add? Is freedom impossible without government? How does government affect the freedom of rights of students? How? And children? And teenagers? Canadian government affects our lives at the federal, provincial, and municipal levels. The government includes the branches of executive power, legislative power, judicial power. Laws can be changed by different branches of government. For example, in 2004, the Canadian Foundation for Children, Youth, and the Law challenged the constitutionality of Section 43 of the Criminal Code, which allowed parents and teachers to use reasonable force to discipline their children. In a case reached the Supreme Court of Canada, the Supreme Court of Canada made changes to the law that affects the lives of minors. Canadian government. How does government protect rights? The Canadian government has many challenges because not all people agree and how to protect people's liberty, rights, and freedoms. Not everyone agrees which freedoms are more important. For example, The government is affecting people's life in Quebec with a debatable and controversial law. This is Quebec government in 2019. See the next slide. Enrichment activity. You could take some time to Google this topic of Bill 21 and take a look at some videos you might find on YouTube on the topic of Bill 21. In particular, I recommend this video here. Recommended video. Aspiring teacher says Bill 21 forcing her to leave Quebec. Google that. Think about what you think. What rights do you think should be protected by Canada? Pause for research, time, and reflect. After reflecting on your research of Bill 21, what further questions could you ask? After researching, has your answer changed the question? If you were going to edit or add the words life, liberty, and property, what words would you insert into the statement? Society needs government to protect individuals' life, liberty, and property. End of part 0, the intro. Now it's time to go back to Mr. Vic, but let's peek ahead to see what he's gonna be talking about. Looks like Mr. Vic will be talking about the types of government and ideologies. Why does he have a flag of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy? Why does he have the Dutch Republic up there? He must be talking about ideologies and government types. It's now time for outtakes. Wow! I'm sorry I'm late. Captain Canada is here to talk about hockey, because it's about hockey, isn't it? Oh, cat! We don't want hockey. Should I use a sweater? What do you think? Does it make me look more British wearing a sweater? Listen here. Strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. That's good cocking. Are we rolling yet? No, we're not rolling yet, are we? No. It's not rolling.